guys, welcome back to the vlog. Oh my gosh, I've been away for a little minute and my Instagram is down. I was getting all in my head and getting so frustrated. I thought to myself, YouTube. So I'm dedicating my time here to you guys. Right, so as you can see, it might look a little different with my setup right now. That's because I rearranged my whole room. Oh my god, I hate this rearrangement, but I had to so that I could put in my portable AC. It was so hot. I don't have the AC on because New York weather is like you go through 4 different seasons in one day. Well, as you can see from the title, right now I'm gonna be doing a makeup routine featuring all e.l.f. products. All of these items, I believe, right under $50. A very affordable makeup routine, easy for everyday wear who like a nice light makeup routine. Now let's get this thing started. So the first thing you want to do is you want to make sure that your skin is nicely moisturized. I'm just gonna go ahead and put on some moisturizer that I have laying around, and then I'm gonna also grab my toner because I like to mix my toner and my moisturizer so that I can get a nice dewy look. Closest ones to me right now are The Ordinary, this Juju Sika toner that I have. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put some moisturizer in my hand. It's a lot, but I want my skin to be nicely moisturized. I don't want dry skin underneath your makeup. Just not gonna give you the look that you want. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna smear this on my skin, and then I'm gonna take my toner and I'm gonna place it in my hand and I'm gonna mix it up. Now I'm rubbing it into my skin so that it can get nice and moisturized. So now you see my skin is nice and moisturized. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get our products. All the products will be listed below, so if you don't catch when I say them, don't worry. So now that you got your skin all moisturized, you're gonna wanna go and get your primer. So this is the Power Grip Primer plus 4 niacinamide. Don't quote me if I'm wrong. This is the e.l.f. primer, but this one instead of the other one that's also really popular, because this one adds moisturization and hydration underneath, also kinds of conceals the oil, if that makes sense. Don't mind me if I look crazy. It is right in front of me, making me just like that. So now you're gonna take your primer and you're gonna go ahead and pump it onto your skin. It's nice and tacky, but what I'm gonna do is I'm taking it with my finger. I'm gonna rub down. I'm not gonna rub in a circular motion because I want to lay any hairs that I have down on my skin. I'm also gonna put it underneath my eye because I get really bad eye creases, so this is also gonna help. And I'm just gonna do it lightly. Right, now that we have the skin prime, I'm gonna go ahead and do my first step, which is my brows. Not to do the brows at the end person, to take my time and do my brows. I'm gonna take my e.l.f. Instant Lift brow pencil, and this is how it looks, and this is so multi-use. It's amazing. This is in the color Auburn because even though my brows are not necessarily auburn, I don't want them to be filled in dramatically where it gives it a darker look. So it's gonna keep them nice and brown. Best thing that I love about this is that you can go ahead and put it up, and also has the spoolie side. And we're gonna brush up our brow. You want to brush up your brow and shape your brow. Now that you have that done, you're going to go ahead and get this rolled out a little bit, not too much. And since my brows are pretty filled, I'm going to go ahead and just fill in the sparse areas and just make them a little bit more defined. What I'm going to do is, if you can see, I'm going to come a little bit closer so you can see. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to outline the bottom. As you can see, it doesn't look like much of a difference, but it's going to look so good when I go ahead and conceal. So I'm just going in and filling in those sparse spots, and I'm just going throughout, and you see how the auburn color is very natural. So I'd say if you want to keep it like a natural look, go like a shade up from your already natural color, because I'm not a black, but I'm probably about a dark brown, and auburn is about a medium brown. So I'm just taking this throughout, and I'm just making sure I get all of those spots, and I'm just bringing it down in here Did that, so I'm gonna get back the spoolie part again, and now I'm just brushing it out. And here you just see me brushing it out and shaping it to give a nice uniform look. Oh my gosh, I can't wait. My brows be on point to me. All right, now that I have them filled, I'm gonna go ahead and take my e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. This is in the color Fair Warm. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and open it up, and I'm gonna put it on the back of my hand like this. My brush, this is an e.l.f. flat brush. And I believe this is like the cookies collection. It's like cookies and cream or something like that. But I'll have the tools and everything linked. As you can see, I'm going to go like this on both sides to have it nicely saturated. And then I'm going to go ahead and outline. So you're going to see I'm outlining the bottom to give it a crisp look. Give it a nice crisp look. And if I want to go a little bit closer towards the end, I can. And then I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing for this side. So I'm just going to go up first. And then I'm just following my natural arch. And here, all you're going to see me do is just clean it up just a little bit more. Bit more concealer, so I'm just gonna add a little bit on the back. Now I'm gonna do the same thing when I double tap, but for this side I'm not gonna go like this with it, like this with the end of the brush. I'm gonna go on the flat side and lay it flat. And now I'm gonna go ahead and outline. So I'm just taking my time and I'm just bringing it in one quick stroke. I'll do the same thing for the other side, and then I'll go ahead and move closer down if I need to. So I'm starting with one stroke down, and then I'm gonna go ahead and move closer. So I got that good. So now I'm just going ahead and bringing it close to home to where it needs to be. And voila. And I'm gonna do the same thing with this side. I'm just bringing it down close to home, and boom. So right here, all I'm gonna do is bring it out just a little bit more, and I'm gonna just bring it out just a little bit more because I don't want it to like come down like this. I kind of want it to go like this. All right, so right here we have the brows. And this Hydrating Camo Concealer, even though yes it gives like a hydrating look, it dries very fast for me. Go ahead and spray my brush. The brush that I'm going to be using is the Real Technique 300 brush to go ahead and blend it out. You can use the setting spray of your choice. Now I'm just going to go ahead and blend this in. So as you can see, I'm taking and I'm blending it in, and I'm trying to like reach in here. The same thing on this side. I'm just gonna go in and bring it down, and you see as I'm bringing it down and just blending it in, it's getting really blended and it looks so good. My best not to go too much into the shape that I created because I don't want to mess it up. I hate when my brows are not like down like that. Like, I just don't like it. I'm just going ahead and I'm blending that out, and as you can see, it's getting really good. You don't have to worry about it looking like not like your skin tone or anything like that, because we're gonna go ahead and fix that once it's blended. Blending it in. And I'm trying to make sure I keep my crisp lines that I created with my brows, okay? And now I'm just gonna go in down the middle to get it nice and good. And then I'm just doing the top a little bit right here to just give it a little bit of an envelope so that it doesn't look fake, right? Now those are your brows. Brows are done. you're gonna go ahead and you're gonna do your concealer. Take that same Hydrating Camo concealer, satin finish. That's probably why it's drying so fast. I didn't even realize that. Color Fair Warm. Go ahead and I'm gonna put it underneath my eyes. So I'm gonna take it right here and put it underneath. And I'm gonna take it right here. I don't like to do this and then that. I just like to get the whole under eye. And then I'm gonna dip it again and I'm gonna do it again right here. I'm gonna go right here, bring it around and bring it that way, right? I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna bring it down on my nose one time, on my upper lip, right here on my chin, and then on my forehead. And then you see I have this little spot right here, so I'm just gonna go ahead and dab that real fast. Right, and right here too, and I'm gonna just dab that real fast. Taking my small beauty blender is so cute. It's the Tri Trio something beauty blender by Elf. So I'm gonna have that tag too. Size it comes with, this is the medium size, and then it comes with a really small purple one, and I don't know where it's at, but it's okay. So I'm gonna come a little closer so that you can see. I wet this with water and then I squeezed it out, so it's nice and damp when you feel it, but when I'm squeezing it, there's still not water squeezing out of it. So it's gonna help blend it, but it's also gonna help from taking away all of my product. So when you dab, I'm gonna show you how you should dab. This is how you shouldn't dab. You shouldn't be dabbing like really hard because you don't want to take away your product. You just want to dab really lightly. Like if you can see, it's really light. You want to take your time. That way, when you use the beauty blender, it doesn't absorb your product. Take it really nice and dab lightly because this is going to also help it stay in place. So you see, I'm dabbing really lightly. And I'm just dabbing it in place and it looks so good, right? And I'm just bringing that out, and then I'm gonna just bring that around my eyelid so that I have a nice cute little base for when I put my eyeshadow. But do you see how good that looks? It's not dragged down super duper. It stayed nicely in place. So I'm gonna do the same thing for this side, and I'm gonna just dab really lightly, and I'm gonna bring that out, and I'm just bringing it down just a little bit on the side of my nose, but I'm still keeping it in place. And you see I'm dabbing it really lightly. And then I'm gonna just take a little bit to put on my eyelid, just so that I have a nice base for my eyeshadow. So as you can see, that's how it looks. So don't worry, I love a really bright under eye. If you don't, then I suggest probably just going a shade up from your skin or 2 shades up from your skin. This is probably about like 4 or 5 shades up from my skin. So now I'm just taking this and I'm dabbing very lightly, and I'm just taking my time. And now I know you might be a little confused as to like why I didn't put my foundation, but you're gonna see because it's gonna give it such a good with me. I'm still learning like makeup terms, but I'm very good like showing you visually. So I'm gonna take my time and just dab this up my nose, up my nose, up my nose, up my nose. And then that same little spot that I had, I'm just gonna dab a little lightly because I don't want that mark to show. So I'm just dabbing a little lightly so that it can keep that like mark that I have concealed. And now I'm just taking this, and I'm trying not to get in my brows because I don't want to mess up my brows. So I'm just gonna go this way, and I am just blending it, blending it, blending it, blending it, bringing it down just a little bit, bringing it up. And I'm just trying to diffuse any spot that's showing. Now that I have that all blended out is when the fun part. We're gonna go ahead and use the e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter. And oh my gosh, I was so excited to get my hands on this. This is in the color, this is shade 4 medium, right? So this looks so good. Like, look at this. So that's why we didn't put our foundation first, because that's gonna help blend out this line a little bit. It's gonna look so good. So I'm just gonna go ahead and go down, and each time I'm dipping into it to bring a new layer. And see, I'm gonna dip in and bring a new layer, dip in and bring a new layer, and then I'm gonna do the same thing right here, right? And then I'm gonna do that right here as well, and just bring this down just to like blend it out, to add a nice thin layer. And you see I'm not going near my chin because I'm gonna use the remainder of what's right here to go there, if that makes sense. And I'm also gonna like go right here and go right here. And for right here, like I'm leaving right here and I'm leaving right here, and I just brought a little bit right here. And you're gonna see that large beauty blender, and as you can see, there's foundation right here, foundation right here, right here, right here, and then we're gonna use the remainder right here. Clean the back of my hand off because I want to make sure that there's product on my beauty blender so that it keeps it nice and rich. I'm gonna use the beauty blender and I'm just gonna pick that all up right there. And as you can see, I just changed the bottom of my beauty blender, and that's what's gonna help this right here. So as you can see, it's like blending so good into the concealer. And you see I'm using the remainder of it to just go around the chin. And now I'm going up. And here I'm just going around. I'm just bringing this around. Now I'm gonna bring it through right here, but with the remainder. You get what I'm saying? And so that is that. So we have that beautiful base. Now you can see that it looks a little bit weird. Beauty blender that we use for the concealer, we're gonna use it right here to diffuse the line. And we're gonna tap nicely, but we're adding a little bit more force than we did before. And we're gonna tap it, and you see where I'm tapping it? You see that little line that's there? I'm taking it right here on the line to just diffuse it. The beauty blender that I use for the concealer to help add that layer on top of the foundation to create like that ombre effect. Go ahead and we're gonna bake puff that I got from Amazon. It's a little triangular e.l.f. HD powder. It's in color sheer. Go ahead and open it up. And then I'm gonna put it, this is in the canister. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this beauty blender and I'm gonna tap it in there. I'm gonna blow it, all that just blew away. And this is how it's gonna be left. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put it on the back of my arm to puff away all that extraness, to just leave it like. Now I'm gonna go ahead and take it and push in. I'm taking my time and pushing it in. I'm gonna do the same thing for on top of my eyelid. I'm gonna bring it down on this side and around and underneath my nose, because underneath my nose crease. So you're gonna go ahead and press it in. And then you're gonna go ahead and you're gonna press in. You're gonna bring it down on your smile lines. And now I'm gonna bring it on my nose and my forehead. Brushing my brow to make sure that it's good. I see that on the end over here, my end has gone away. So I'm just gonna go ahead and fix that real quick. But I'm just brushing my brows back into place from all that work that I did. Concealer brush that I had to make a nice defined. And taking the Luminous Putty bronzer, and this is in the color Seaside Shimmer. My expert face brush, this is the foundation 200 brush from Real Techniques, and I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just rubbing this around. that, and I'm gonna dab it. I know it looks a little crazy right now, but I promise you, I just did that so I can get a lot and then blend it in with the beauty blender that had the foundation on top of it. Thing on this side, and you see it's getting a little crazy, but trust the process. And we're gonna take that over here as well to get the jawline bronzed up by the ear. And then I'm also bringing this up a little bit on my chin, just a little. I'm gonna take this on the forehead and down by the brow and on the forehead, and I'm just bringing this down. These parts will be the only parts that's bright, and then these will be the, how beautiful that looks. Oh my gosh, oh my goodness. That beauty blender that we had for the foundation, and we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna blend it, and it's gonna look so good, I promise you. And I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna blend it. And this is gonna give you a nice bronzed look. It's gonna look so good. Oh my gosh. And I'm just gonna keep blending it with concealer beauty blender. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna blend on top of that powder that we had to blend out any visible. You see how there's this one is really defined and this one is nicely done. So we're gonna go ahead and do that again with the other side, and we're gonna lightly go on top and then blend out that bronzer. We're just blending out that bronzer all around. We're blending out that bronzer all around. We're just blending out that bronzer. I'm gonna go ahead with the powder to create a nice diffusion. So I'm going on top of it, on the back of your hand, and you're just gonna go on top of the bronzer to give it a nice diffusion. On my chin as well, on my forehead, and it's gonna give it a nice, like, bright look. Use my setting brush, 400 Real Techniques brush, and I'm just brushing away. I'm just gonna brush away that powder. And you just want to take your time and just brush away all that powder. I'm gonna just brush away that powder. And what you can do is while you're brushing it away, brush it into the bronzer. And that's gonna also help remove any harsh lines that is there. Brush my nose, and all of that powder that I put up here, I'm just brushing into the bronzer. It's not gonna take away the look of the bronzer, but it's also gonna help like mattify it just a little bit in the sections that it needs to be to help create that diffuse line. I'll also take that same brush and I'm just gonna bring it up here throughout the bronzer to help sculpt it a little. The difference between this side and that side, and that's just from using what's already there. Just brushing this down, and then bringing it all over here. All of the excess is just going right here to create a nice jaw. And you see how that looks? It looks way better. That's why I said trust me. With the e.l.f. bite-sized eyeshadow palette, and this is in the color pumpkin pie. Oh my gosh, it is so cute. Look at all of that. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go in with the brown on my base. It's a lot of pigment, so I'm just gonna dust that off a little bit, and I'm just gonna start lightly. I'm not gonna go too hard, and I'm just bringing this around right here, and I'm just going up a little bit to my eyebrow, and I'm bringing it down and bringing the same thing on this side. I'm just bringing it around and bringing it out. I'm gonna also bring it down right here onto my nose. Using the eyeshadow to also create a contour on my nose. I'm just bringing this up by my brow. I'm bringing this on my lid and bringing it out. And now I'm gonna go in with this color right here to then go ahead and lighten it just a little bit on my lid and bring it out. Oh my gosh. Do the same thing on this side. I'm just doing it on my lid and bringing it out. Bring it out a little bit right here and then bring it out. I'm not doing any lashes or any brown Dutch eyeshadow, and I'm just gonna brush it on my lashes. On my lashes. So I'm gonna take my my Real Techniques 301 brush. It's like a nice kind of flat brush, but it's fluffy. And I'm gonna go ahead and get this bronze look right here. Why I'm getting that is because I want to put it on my under eye to go ahead and open my eye just a little bit more. Same thing for this side. And I'm just bringing it around and then I'm bringing it out. More. For our last final step, we're gonna use the Luminous Putty Blush in color Isla del Sol. Using the same bronzer brush, and we're gonna lightly dab it. Just go ahead and tap, and it's gonna give you a nice orangey bronze. Just tapping lightly because I don't want to mess up the work that I already did. Tapping lightly, and I'm gonna go ahead and put that on my chin as well because I love blush. And I'm just gonna go ahead and put this on my nose as well, my cheekbone. Remember how I said this pencil is multi-use? You're gonna see right now. So you're gonna go ahead and wipe your lip in the back of your hand, and then you're gonna roll out this pencil and outline your lip. This is in the color Auburn. So if you also want to match, I'm about to do the lip combo that I'm about to do, and you don't like this for your eyebrow color, go ahead and get your eyebrow color and then get this Auburn one too. They're $3, I believe. It's hard to get it like really pop, but you just want to keep going till you get that pop. Continue. Outline your lips. You're gonna outline, then continue outlining. Take the e.l.f. lip lacquer. We're gonna use color Wild Rose. You're gonna go ahead and go on top. And you're gonna go ahead and go right here. Do it one more time. Your setting spray is dry. Right now the look is all done. It looks so look. Thank you guys so much for tuning. Appreciate you guys so much. You like, comment, and subscribe. What you like about the video and what you want to see next.